Hello viewers, welcome to another vlog. In this vlog, we'll be talking about the propaganda and its techniques. Well, propaganda has always been an instrument of politics and a power for social control. This word was born in 17th century when a Catholic church sets up its college of propaganda to propagate the faith. Propaganda is a mode of communication used to manipulate or influence the opinion of the groups to support a particular cause or belief. Over the centuries, propaganda has taken the form of an artwork, films, speeches, and music, though it's not limited to these forms of communication. So let's have a look at the purpose of propaganda. So propaganda is generally created, 1. To believe in an idea. Next, to buy a product or to support a social cause. World War II saw the introduction of the variety of the PR techniques or the propaganda techniques. In Germany, Joseph Goebbels headed the propaganda movements for Hitler, ensuring that all the communication was in support of the Nazis regime. Across the pond, the US created the Office of War Information to censor the war news, document social change, and to create a center for a mode of communication for the government to communicate the information about the war. So let's have a look at the techniques of propaganda. So the various techniques are evasion of truth, name calling, appeal to the humility or glittering generalities, use of testimonials, provocation or also known as the hot potato, delaying strategy, favorable argument strategy, bandwagon, deification, and scapegoat. So let's have a look at them one by one. Evasion of truth. This technique is used to dupe us into believing that there is only one way to look at an issue, when in fact there may be many alternatives or viewpoints to the sides. Like most propaganda techniques, it simplifies the reality and therefore distorts it, often to the advantage of the speaker. This point includes the techniques like card stacking, cherry picking, misuse of the statistics, faulty analogies, preemptive framing, and diversions to hide or distort the truth provided to the masses. For example, when any politician tells the half-truth to its masses and not shares the complete information. So the next technique is called name calling. Giving a person or an idea a bad label by using an easy to remember pejorative name. Giving a person or an idea a bad label by using an easy to remember pejorative name. This is used to make us reject and condemn a person or an idea without examining what the label really means. For example, Republican, Pappu, Sanatani, tree hugger, Nazi, dictator. So these are often the name calling techniques which are used to name a person or to condemn a person. The next point is appeal to the humility. These words are used to dupe us into accepting and approving of things without examining the evidence carefully. Right? For example, when we say something happened because of the act of the God, the response was natural. It is democratic, Vedic, scientific, ecological, and recycled. Basically, thus just hiding or not mentioning the exact reason for things to happen. The next point is the use of testimonial. When some respected celebrity or an alternatively someone generally hated claims that an idea or a product is good or bad. When we use a celebrity as somebody who's quoting something, being in favor or against of something, right? This technique is used to convince us without examining the facts more carefully. For example, when a celebrity endorses a product, Next point is provocation or a hot potato. Well, this is when an inflammatory statement or a question is used to throw an opponent off guard or to embarrass them. When the politician gives the provocative speeches against their opponent during the election time, that may create, the infuriations among the people. The fact that it may be utterly untrue is irrelevant, because it still brings the controversies to the opponent. The next point is delaying strategy or stalling. Well, this technique is used basically to respond to a situation, in a little delayed manner. It is used to play for more time or to avoid answering a pointed question. For example, when statements like more research is needed, a fact-finding committee is working on the issue, I'm calling for an investigation of this, failure, or a committee is being set, are used by the leaders or heads to delay responding to a particular situation. Favorable argument strategy or plain folks. Well, this is a way that a speaker convinces an audience that an idea is good because they are same ideas of the vast majority of people like yourself. These sort of basically arguments are used to stand with the masses, to be in align with what they are thinking, right? So this is the will of the people, when you try to project something or when you try to implement something, saying it that people wants it, so that is another technique of it. Another example would be when the speaker tells a story about a family or a people that just like you, things happen with us, just like you, it happened to us. So that is again when the speakers want to justify his point, right? Another technique is bandwagon. Well, this common propaganda method is used when the speaker tries to convince people that they should join the trend. The bandwagon technique is often used in advertising. You should buy because everyone is buying. This is the wave of the future. Be the first on your blog. Act now. So it is basically done to attract the followers. Then comes deification. Well, this is when an idea is made to appear holy, sacred, or a very special and therefore above all. Right? Any alternative or opposite points of a view are thereby given the appearance of blasphemy or treason. Right? For example, that God's given right to, or maybe we can have a recent example of Ayodhya temple being built up, so to save our motherland. So the following steps were taken. So that way, that's basically the technique of propaganda or making an issue too relevant or important. Then comes scapegoat. Well, this technique is often used with the guilt by association to deflect scrutiny away from the issues. So it transfers the blame to one person or to the group of people without investigating the complexities of the issue. Right? So basically, you transfer the blame on the other person because you don't want to get the highlighted or the criminal or say the convict would not get highlighted about it. So you transfer the blame onto someone else and you try to highlight their issues. For example, whenever the politicians do a lot of stuff like that. So I hope you liked the video. I hope the techniques are clear enough for you. Thanks for watching it and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.